Hi guys, so we are graphing horizontal and vertical lines in this video, and we are going to be using this on Wednesday in class. So make sure you fill this out and bring it with us to class. So I look at this line to the right, this line, okay? This is called a vertical line. Okay, and let's look at the table. If I look at all the x's, what do you notice? Okay, all of them are 2. But the y's are changing. Okay, so when you have a vertical line, there's actually no connection between the x and the y. So in our last video and in class, we saw that there was a pattern. It kept going up by the same thing. This one, there's no connection. However, in this equation, x is always going to be 2. So if I continued the table, and let's say I said negative y was 100, okay, my x value, I don't even have to calculate it. It's always going to be 2. So the equation for this is x equals 2. That means x is always going to be 2, and it cuts through, if you look here where I'm highlighting, it cuts through the x-axis at 2. That's why it's called x equals 2. So all vertical lines have the equations of the form x equals and then some number. And the number, like here, this is x equals negative 1, and that's because on the x-axis, it's hitting negative 1. This one is x equals 3, and it's because it's hitting 3 on the x-axis. Okay? So if I were to make a table for x equals negative 1, all my x values would be negative 1, no matter what y values I chose. Let's say I chose 4, 5, 6, 7. I can make those up. As long as I know that it's always, always, always going to be negative 1 for my x based off this equation. Okay? So let's look at the next one. The line to the right now, it's going the other way. This is called a horizontal line. Okay, so here are the points for the table. If I look at my x's, the x's are changing. Okay, but what's happening to my y now? My y is always 2. So again, there's no connection between x and y. However, in this equation, y is always going to be 2. So that my equation is y equals 2. So again, if I look here, my horizontal line now goes this way, and we call it y equals 2 because it's cutting through my y-axis at 2. Horizontal lines have the equation y equals some number b. Okay, and the b is where it hits the y-axis. So again, if I look here, I have y equals 1 as my equation because the y is the 1. Here, I have y equals negative 3 as my equation because that's where it's cutting through that spot. So let's say I wanted to make a table for y equals 1. My y value always stays the same. And my x value is the one changing. No matter what x value I picked, I could have picked 150. My y value is going to be 1. Okay? So that's a little preview for horizontal and vertical lines.